So they asked me what's poetry and what being a poet means to me, and I'll answer it the best way I know how. Let's go! So they asked me what's poetry. What can I do but tell you what this poet thinks? Sit back, relax, and take a seat. I'm gonna do my best to spill the beans. I was told that it's all about technique, creativity, format, and rhyme schemes. That's true, but there's more to it too than English grades, what's on the page, and what people say. Poetry is not just limericks. It's for the girl in her room writing lyrics, for the boy making video graphics, and the late night soccer player working on her kicks. And it's for me too, if I dance on stage or I rap in the booth. It's a God-given gift, I'll fight for it to the tooth. I'm a poet if you didn't even know it, and that's the truth. So they asked me what's poetry. What can I do but tell you what this poet thinks? So they asked me what's poetry. So they asked me what's poetry. What can I do but tell you what this poet thinks? So they asked me what's poetry. What can the truth? You know, I was in a house that we rented out in 4th grade, and the old people who lived there left a stereo. You know, I found the local radio stations and I started listening to their music, and as one thing led to another, and I found myself drawn to hip hop, and I realized that I had this love for hip hop music that I didn't really know about before. And when you ask me what is poetry, I realize that what hip-hop is for me, that's someone else's basketball, that's someone else's painting, that's someone else's science. And I think that poetry is really taking the gift that God's put inside of you and then using it to create something beautiful, to bless people, to help people. And in all honesty, if I was to define poetry, I'd say that each and every one of us gets to decide. That's poetry. What can I do but tell you what this poet thinks? So they asked me what's poetry. So they asked me what's poetry. What can I do but tell you what this poet thinks? So they asked me what's poetry. What can the truth? And that's the truth.